Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Nice carry there by Derrick Henry. Picks up a 1st down. And when you say workhorse, you're thinking about Derrick Henry. Won the rushing title in 2019 with 1,540 yards on the ground and 16 rushing touchdowns. Went to his first Pro Bowl and carried his team to the AFC Championship game.
They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads.
Yeah.
I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Mario Addison in on the stop.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd down, it's Henry, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Brought down by Nigel Bradham. That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Tannehill on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
You can go for it. Yeah, you can go for it.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They snap it to Tannehill. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Now, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen going deep for Diggs. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. So there is the big arm of Josh Allen on display. He can throw it as deep as anybody, and that was an absolute laser. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
Titans nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even
And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. The All-Pro corner, Tre'Davious White picks it off. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Now Allen. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles.
You can get a force if you want to quit.
You always hear that term, they just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past us.
It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0.
Makes the score Bills 21, Titans nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
It's a marriage life right there.
The Titans take over 1st and 10.
I'm on the road, so I don't have to deal with mine.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here. An inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play.
Derrick Henry alone. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit.
For the extra point.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us want to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score, already down 21.
Gostkowski with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On the counter, this is Singletary. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
What I enjoyed most about watching Devin Singletary as a rookie, and he had a nice campaign, 775 yards on the ground and a rushing average in the top 5 in the league last year, is that what I saw in college transferred to the NFL. Continued to make the first tackler miss, whether he's in the hole or on the perimeter. I expect him to get to 1,000 yards rushing this season.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On On second down, here's a run with Singletary. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, as the defense rallies quickly after the nice move. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Brings up 3rd down.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. He completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Makes the score Bills 28, Titans 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking here for Smith downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play that time for the Titans. 41 yards.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. After the penalty, it's Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Oh, look at this. Down on the field still. That's Derrick Henry, the running back. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On 2nd and goal, Tannehill. That'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee. A.J. Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Play action. Now it's Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards to pick up there. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Allen to throw it. And he rifles one incomplete. T.J. Yeldon, the one he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Allen. That's complete to Moss out of the backfield. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On play action, Allen going deep for Diggs. And that is incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Allen's throw is complete. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
The Bills on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. Singletary, they'll run for it. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here.
The head coach relied on his eagle eye in the sky to make the right call and was told to challenge it, and it looks like it's paid off.
And from a coach's standpoint, when you throw that flag, it's probably a pretty tense moment. Here it pays off.
Yeah, you have that little bit of indecision. You throw it where you feel like you're right, and then you think, uh-oh, did I get it right? In this case, they can celebrate.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. On play action, Allen. Steps away to his left. And now he's going to use, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen keeping it himself from 10 yards away. And the Bills will extend their lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
That catch good for only a couple.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Tannehill under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Matt Milano gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Draw play. This is Henry. And a short gain here down to the 22. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9. Tannehill going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. The all-pro corner, Tre'Davious White, picks it off.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guy.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 21-yard line.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. The final shot here before the break. Tannehill uncorks one for Davis. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? But the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 77 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Bills 42, Titans 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
And how about the quick feet there as he made a man miss on his way to a solid gain of 7.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The tackle made at the 40.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, the second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2nd 10 coming up here in Nashville. 3rd quarter action. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen going deep for Diggs. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 55 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Bills 49, Titans 21.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that Woody
He would have
Hayes?
kept it on the ground.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tannehill. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Hey, coming up to you. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. And now here is another interception. The all-pro corner, Tre'Davious White, picks it off. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 38. He'll throw from the gun. Going deep for Diggs. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A big play that time for the Titans. 42 yards. A first down carry for Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Jonnu Smith, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the interception by the Titans D leads to a touchdown.
That was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Gostkowski the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Zach Moss, Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year a season ago. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 26 yards on the play there. And the Bills will move the chains.
I can't help but laugh. And the only reason is anytime the backup breaks a big one like that, he's going to be hard to deal with in film, wanting to know why he's not getting starters carries.
That's what he's thinking. Great carry there. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd down now, it's Moss. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
They'll run on first down with Moss. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Dawson Knox, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills will extend their lead.
Did you see how the linebackers froze for just a second? That's why you run play action. You want to keep them rooted in the spot and create a little bit of extra space so your tight end can find some room behind them. And then the quarterback finds his target downfield, and he turns it into 6 points.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So that one a disaster, a big loss there with second down coming up.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all, because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. So with a big gainer anyways, they'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down at the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
Come on, QB, come on. 51 to mine. 51 to mine. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Check safety.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Henry's got it out on the left side. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's second and 5 now from the 22.
Let's go. 51 to mine. 51.
To the air again, Tannehill. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Singletary to get the drive started. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up second and 3.
I'm about to go home.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's second and 3.
Don't get nervous.
On the counter, this is Moss. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
2 yards the loss, second and 12. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but not from the spot. Actually, no gain. So third and long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Going deep for Diggs. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Continuing to keep their foot on the gas, and it looks like they're just having fun out there. They're loose, they're free, and they're enjoying what the scoreboard looks like.
I'd have to say I agree with you totally. They're having a blast out there all game long when they throw the football. They're picking up nice chunks of real estate, significant yardage on just about every throw that they make. And there's another one there, and they continue to have that fun that you just talked about. That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And now look at him go. 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show.
Allen on the keeper.
We got a plane to catch.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. He was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd down, Singletary. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to